3.
Hey there, welcome to Insomniac Live. This is episode 10. And we're coming to you from Burbank, California. We're going to play some Shadow of War today, which is from Monolith, and came out on PlayStation 4, Xbox, and PC yesterday. And I've got two awesome guests today with me. Adam Fenderson, who's a designer here, and Joe Schopper, who is one of our associate project managers at Insomniac Games. We'll be taking all of your questions and much, much more. As always, through the rest of this week, if you follow us on Twitch, if you haven't followed us yet, click that follow button. We're donating a Brave gown to Starlight Children's Foundation for every new follower during our streams through the end of this week. And we've already donated like 130 of those gowns for people that have been following, and so I'd love to donate some more. Before we start with Shadow of War, we had some news today because today was the big Oculus Connect press conference keynote, and we showed off a new trailer from The Unspoken, which shows a single-player mode for The Unspoken in VR. And before we get going, we're going to quickly show you a little taste of that. So watch this trailer, and then we're going to jump into
A cold wind blows across the lake and chills the city to the bone. Acolyte, it's your time to fight alone. Unlock the secrets. Channel your energies and become ascendant. Join us and become one of the unspoken.
Cool. That Unspoken update's going to be coming later this holiday, so keep an eye out for that, and we're really excited about it, and it was fun to have that during the keynote today. But now, we're going to be playing a game that I think we've all been excited for. At least I've been excited for in Shadow of War. We're about 30 or 40 minutes into the game here. We got through some of kind of the tutorial stuff pre-show so that we could be right in the middle of missions and killing other orcs, and chat. Hopefully you'll help tell us where to go. I already found some stuff. There's like a Barrow that we found, and like a Shelob memory, because Shelob. So there's like a new ring, and Shelob has it, and I don't even know what's going on lore wise.
Shelob was a spider, right?
But she's like a woman now.
Now she's a woman, yeah.
Or she's a woman before she was a spider. I'm not really sure. But anyway, she has, and there's a new ring of power which she has taken, and that's like, I think that's a gem. You can collect.
Gem.
Yeah, I got one of those earlier. Rain in the Rain, I'll Call It Bob, and FN Spidey1. Thanks for the follows, guys. It's a bunch more Brave gowns for Starlight Children's Foundation. So how did you guys, like, Shadow of Mordor, like, was on both of your lists. You guys both talked about really wanting to play this game. What did you guys like so much about Shadow of Mordor, and what made you so excited for Shadow of War?
Well, from a design standpoint, the nemesis system, the first one was absolutely fun. Like, just being able to go through, fight guys, when you end up losing to them, having them become bigger and stronger, even eventually being able to take them down once you kill them. It was such a great and fun system. At some points, it would get a little bit tough to beat some of your more challenging nemesis, but like that was probably one of my favorite aspects of the first one. Just coming back to that world again seems like a blast.
Yeah, and for me, I heard all the rave reviews. I never read Lord of the Rings or watched any of the movies, so I don't know anything about it.
Have you still not watched any of the movies?
Still haven't. Still holding. I feel like at this point,
so
it's
like
way too late.
so Shadow of War is like your only, or Shadow of Mordor is like your only Lord of the Rings film cinematic universe experience.
That is correct, and I've been a fan of Monolith forever. I remember playing the original Blood game back in the early '90s. And that game was fantastic. For some reason, I got a pack when
Sacrifice our path
my parents got a
to
computer
fear.
with Blood, and then another game they made, Captain Claw or something like that. It's a
Baron,
platformer game
this
where
is
you're a
the
cat.
Ranger. I was
A
hungry.
pirate cat.
Well, that
which
makes
is
sense.
awesome.
Much blood for me.
Casting Claw Pirate.
Yeah.
Did he have a hook?
Know your name.
Did.
Nice.
Tally.
What
I'll
did we
stay
miss
there.
from the start of this,
Yeah.
by the way?
Need
you
all
did
So,
the tutorial.
Gondor is like getting wrecked basically, and this is the last Gondorian fortress inside of Mordor, I guess. And you are trying to get. There's a Palantir in the city, and you know you need the Palantir. The Palantir is like this seeing stone, essentially, in Lord of the Rings that Sauron uses to see things and communicate. And so the orcs are all trying to find this, and you're also trying to find it because early on, like your wraith. So like you go back to the first game, you're basically killed, and you have a wraith form, and they're sort of combined the wraith, and you're brought back to life. And you had this new ring of power that was taken away by Shelob, and so you need the Palantir to help find that ring of power.
So the ring that you got at the end of the last game was stolen by
Shelob at the beginning of this game.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So now you're trying to find the part of the opening is like trying to find this. The city's under siege, and they're looking for the Palantir, and you are as well. ZMD 11 or 113 and 7fold 71. Thanks for the follows.
Oh no. It's okay, just walk it off.
Yep.
It's still good. It's still good. It's still good.
And then right back into it. So you can like hold down and then you hold down and then you let go and you like do this big kind of charge attack. It is tough to get it off in these like large groups. Oh, percent. You get that last second save.
That was always a fun game, unfortunately, as well. It's very tense. Especially once you get like a bunch of guys on. Let me finish
I think you press triangle and circle.
Two bonus eliminations.
Yeah.
That was
You got
only
that
the
meter.
beginning.
There's like 3
There'll be
meters
more.
you have. One's like
We
the
have to
Wraith
find
meter
out what we're dealing with.
or Wrath
This
meter.
way.
Wraith Thrower, one of the two. And then there's the Might meter is the little orange one, your health is the red one, and then your focus is the one. So you have like 4
We'll be
different
able to
charge
see the
meters
entire lower
going
city
on around the
once we
map.
get there.
And apparently like infantry coming in. Or artillery coming in.
So if I remember correctly, the elf that you're fused with, or that's, I guess,
It's not much further.
is a forger of the original ring, right? Or was he just forging artisan weapons? Like, he forged something, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he forged. I feel like he forged the original ring. Joe's like, okay, lore.
Yeah, I think I might have skipped most of the cinematics or just checked out because the gameplay was phenomenal.
That's the whole thing. Like it really does strip down like a lot of the, it's like really easy to climb up walls and buildings. It's really easy to fight, get into big battles. So you can shoot by holding down L2, and then you
I
can
can
charge.
toggle my focus, right? So I don't waste it.
I don't remember how you toggle focus.
It's L3.
Is that right?
Yeah, L3.
Okay. And then like you charge up shots with if you the longer you hold down. I think you hold down and then it charges up.
Oh, is that like the, it's the right where they sit in the circle collapses, right?
Yes, or I think as you're holding it down, but I think those light blue things are weak points.
Oh, I got you. There we go.
Yeah.
Now it all comes together. Now it's making sense. Oh, well.
Shoot the ammo off of it.
Less and more bored here in this situation.
K-Tiger34 asks, any Shadow of Mordor influence in Spider-Man? Well, hey, we're not talking too much about Spider-Man at this point, but I like to always say we get influences from a lot of games, and we all play a lot of games, and we're all interested in a lot of games, so we definitely enjoy, a lot of people enjoy. Oh, so now you can hold circle and dominate it. There you go.
I guess the auto bombs up.
Nice. Oh, no, now, all right, now you got control.
Here they come.
Now on this guy. There we go. Seems about right.
But I think with the thing about the nemesis system that made the game so fun for me was, orcs are sort of these faceless, generic you know, like, well, you've seen one orc, you've seen 100,000 orcs, right?
Oh yeah.
But this game made the orcs have so much personality and so much character that you kind of took guys that procedurally took all these guys that were very, you know, nothing special. An orc isn't anything that special really, but made them also very special and made you have your own story, and also made you feel like you were playing something no one else was, because like random combinations and then what happened, who you died to, and the things you caused.
Sure. Like just the fact that any two different play or any two playfields would be completely different, basically, depending on how many times you die, nemesis you created, or whatever it may be. The characterization of the orc just based out of that nemesis system was really what sold Mordor for me the most.
And it's cool too because people on your friends list could die to certain enemies, and then they tell you like, "Oh, this person took out 4 of your friends."
Right. Nice.
We must move quickly.
Or siege beast.
He uses them, then he just throws them away.
Oh, you can
Shadow
double jump.
Shredder. Oh, would you look at that?
Always need a double jump.
I love how one of my favorite things with like the Wraith in the game is when you're encountering 2 guys at once and you like split in half, or like you counter one and the Wraith pops out and counters the other.
I've seen that. That's a skill you unlock, right?
No, it's you
Or
get
is
it
it
right
just
off
by
the bat.
default?
If it's basically just like 2 guys attacking you at the same time and you successfully press triangle for both. Like it's this great moment where like it's just awesome when you split into 2 and counter 2 guys. It's just like feels so good every single time it happens.
I was thinking of Gondor.
So we're in what, a Gondor fort right now?
So this is a Gondor city, yeah. This is like the last city in Fortress City, and then you can press R2 to stealth up to this guy, and then circle you can drain him to get the health back. There you go. Monbeeb, thanks for the follow. Just a reminder, all follows, we're donating a Brave Gown to Starlight Children's Foundation during the stream today. If you want to know more about Brave Gowns, check out our website, insomniac.games. And if you just joined us, this is Insomniac Live. Today we're playing Monolith's Shadow of War, which is their sequel to Shadow of Mordor, which was basically considered to be one of the best games of the year when it came out, if not the game of the year when it came out. And I'm here with Adam Fenderson, one of our designers, Joe Schopper, one of our associate project managers, and we're currently helping fight back the siege on the city by taking control of these siege beasts. I will say one of the things, I know the scale of this game is just supposed to be way bigger. Like essentially instead of just having nemesis, you're like building up your whole army and taking orcs over, and you see like just the massive amount. Even in the first 30-40 minutes of the game, you're like running through the city with a ton of NPCs and fighting them, and so the scale really starts to bring to mind like those giant Lord of the Rings battles from say Two Towers or Return to the King that we saw in the films or reading books.
Yeah, I mean, this one definitely feels already much more than the original one did. I remember the original one, you could go through Mordor, and it was really fun to go to the different little isolated castles and areas like that to hunt down orc captains and so on, but you didn't see too many of these types of areas here, where they were fully fleshed out cities. At least not that I remember.
Especially human, like it was all very like orc. It was all very like orc fortresses,
right?
Or like ruined fortresses and castles,
right? And then they did have the that area where it was like very bright and lush and vibrant. I think there's a dwarf there. You had to hunt some of the wild beasts there. I think it's where you got the Caragor riding, which I think is back in this one as well, right? Where you can ride. The,
yes,
Caragor.
yeah. They show you one to kill early on, so I think you have to kill the 2 siege beasts.
Oh yeah,
that's all that's left is killing those with your attack. So Adam, what got you into game design?
Well, I was always a huge fan of games, and even when I was in high school and college, I liked to mess around with either website production or even messing in things like Source Engine for Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike. And then when I got to college, I realized for my undergraduate degree, I went for film. Realized I didn't want to come out to LA and try and get a job in film, so ended up going the career path or the educational path for grad school with game design. and ended up falling in love with it. And so that's sort of basically how I got into it. It's just growing up playing games. I think I had like the NES, the Super Nintendo, PlayStation, all the way up through college, and just always wanted to do something creative, and this was sort of the route I went. And it's a lot of fun. It's really rewarding too. Like once you actually complete the full production cycle of a game, actually having people go and play what you worked so hard to create is a really rewarding experience.
So what games have you worked on?
The ones that I've published, or at least that I worked on that were published, were from Fifth Cell up in Seattle, Washington, or Bellevue, Washington. I worked on their 360 an XBLA shooter called Hybrid, and I did Scribblenauts Unmasked for that was 3DS, Wii U, and what else was it? PC. And then also I did an iPhone game called Run Run, which was a platformer, micro platformer back in the day. And then a handful of other titles that got canceled or were pushed to the wayside, as is most things with the game industry.
Yeah. And you've been in, how long have you been in Insomniac now?
I started here in June 2016.
Okay, so just a little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. And it's been a blast so far. I've loved it.
Yeah. Did you, what were your thoughts on Spider-Man, like, before you arrived here? Were you a big Spider-Man fan, or?
I got my offer letter in April of that year, and then 2 months later, you guys announced it at E3, and I was like, that was really exciting. You know, because you had just released Ratchet & Clank. You just had the movie come out. I was expecting to come on and maybe do something Ratchet & Clank related or Resistance related or something along those lines, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, Insomniac Games is producing Spider-Man. That was one of those moments where I truly got excited. I mean, I was already excited to work for Insomniac, but at that point I was like, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And especially even coming online, coming on board, just seeing it, being able to like actually play the game in person, it's a blast already. So you guys are gonna have fun when you play it.
It is always fun in the game industry how you sometimes don't really know what people are, you know, obviously like you could go to a place and start working in a place that's working on an unannounced game and you really have no idea what you might be going to work on.
Oh, they're extremely secretive in a lot of cases like that. You sort of go into an offer blind unless they are able to tell you or if it's already been announced. But in the case of Spider-Man, I came in here not knowing exactly what I'd be working on and walked away with a great surprise, to be honest. So
well, it looks like we get to get out of the town now. I love cats. Thank you for the follow. I'm more of a dog person myself. Cats or dogs? What do you think?
I love dogs, but being a game designer and the amount of time we usually spend at and away from home, I have 2 cats.
Dog walking is very expensive.
Dog walking, and especially in California, you have to clean up after them. And I'm not a big fan of cleaning up the feces of a dog.
You know, I've gotten over that. As long as you have like the scented plastic bags, like really, it's so easy. There's like trash cans everywhere. It's not that bad. But the dog walking is expensive. It adds up, and it's not terrible, but it just adds up.
Well, cats are more self-reliant too. I mean, cats you can leave them
Yeah,
at
but they
home
can't love you like a dog does.
That is true. One of the cats we have is very friendly. The other one that we have is slightly demonic.
Joe, cats or dogs?
Pretty much the exact same situation. I have 2 cats as well. One of them is quite nice.
I feel very outnumbered right now.
What kind of dog?
Chat, what do you think, cats or dogs? I have a beagle.
Okay.
A beagle named Shiva who's very interested in catching squirrels. And today I even threw a shelled out acorn at a squirrel that was on a branch, and because she and I hunt squirrels together on our morning walks, and that's what we do.
Where am I going?
You can go a lot of places. You can actually like try. We could try and kill a. We could try and go kill a target. Yeah, like, and I think I have intel on him. Maybe if you hit details, I'm not sure though.
So he's a level 8, right?
Oh, so he might be too.
I mean, go for it. You might as well. Just become a nemesis.
Well, 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Five or six. I've killed I think we've killed a 5 or a 6 like in the lead up to this. So like that guy, we could kill him. Let's go kill. Let's go kill one of the captains. Yeah, Borgu the Flogger.
Yeah. Do we have any details on Borgu?
Let's view some details.
Oh yeah, we do. We actually do have details.
Pleased
on
in terror when near Lorm the Collector.
Okay, whatever.
It was Lorm the Collector, so I got to
Intimidated.
bring someone else to him.
He was a high school bully of Borgu's.
I don't know if you have a favorite Lord of the Rings movie that was also going on in the chat. I would say Return of the King myself.
I mean, it's Two Towers.
Oh, you're the Two Towers person.
I love
All
Two
right.
Towers. Just I don't know. There was something about the. I'm gonna totally butcher the name. Sorry, but Where were they fighting at the very end? Someone's on.
Oh, the Battle of Minas Tirith.
Yeah, is that the
Oh.
castle inside of the gorge?
It's Minas
the
Tirith,
last
right? Or is
resort,
Minas
right?
Tirith at the end? Oh no, it's Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep, that's what it is.
Helm's
yeah.
Deep.
The battle
Minas
for
Tirith
Helm's
is
Deep.
Return of the King. Yeah, it's
And
Helm's Deep.
Just the lead up to that and everything in there, I thought that was just a lot of fun in that movie.
Yeah.
Story-wise, I gotta say, The Fellowship of the Ring was probably my favorite, at least in the extended editions. I'm a sucker for Sean Bean. I love everything that Sean Bean pretty much does. Well, mostly everything that Sean Bean does. Pixels was a little bit rough.
I'm with you on the Sean Bean thing. I didn't when I watched Game of Thrones. I didn't know when I first watched season 1 of Game of Thrones. Spoilers coming up, but I think it's like pretty statute
like 9 years
limitations.
now?
Yeah, like I had no
Spoil it for
idea
me.
Ned Stark was gonna die
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, he's the lead of the show. And then when they killed him, I was like, oh, I gotta go read these books now. I don't think I can take this anymore.
I've got a couple buddies that have tried to read the books, but just get so angry whenever their favorite character gets introduced and then dies that they just gave up.
Corey, no, I don't know if there is a movie where Sean Bean dies in he dies in a what movies, right?
That's what he's known for.
He always dies. Yeah, Golden. I was like, wait,
Goldeneye, he dies
yeah.
pretty much twice, right?
Oh.
You've got Boromir,
What sort of
who died in the
It's
original
true, he
Lord
does
of
die
the Rings.
twice in Goldeneye.
What else did he die in?
Which is true in James Bond, you only live twice, so you should have to die twice, right?
That is true.
Oh, nice.
There's other things that he's died in.
So you should save the Elven Rage till you get to Borgu, though. That's for sure.
Oh, he didn't die in, what was that Jean Reno driving movie? It was Jean Reno and Robert De Niro.
Oh.
Ronin.
Ronin, okay.
He was in Ronin as well, but he actually didn't die in that one.
Agent Slecky asks, you play on a regular PS4 or Pro? This is a Pro, and I think we're outputting 720p just for stream purposes. So, but it looks pretty good. It looks really good, actually. I was playing it at home last night on my PS4 Pro on my LG OLED TV, and it looks amazing. It's really gorgeous, especially for the amount of stuff that happens on screen.
Yeah, the environments look a lot better than the original one. Not to say that the original one looked bad by any means, but like the colors and just like the contrast and everything, a lot of this.
It's
looks
fun.
great.
It's fun getting into a area like this that is just very different from Mordor and Orc Clan. You know, I know it's in Mordor technically, but just like a human area is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Magnamois, thank you for the follow. And like I've said before, that every follow during the stream today, we're donating a Brave Gown to Starlight Children's Foundation. So appreciate that. If you haven't followed us already on Twitch, click that follow button. Sonic Destroyer 2 says, I'm actually reading Fellowship of the Ring for school. That's a cool.
nice.
That's a cool book to get to read for school, I think.
I actually had to read that for school in high school. Or I think, what was it, 11th grade, I believe it was?
Oh, that's nice.
They gave us the choice between Fellowship of the Ring and Harry Potter, whatever the first one was, Sorcerer's Stone. And for
Those are like
us,
completely
different.
Yeah,
we made
like,
the argument
one-
that like, why would you give somebody the choice between Fellowship of the Ring, which is however many hundreds of pages, and Harry
it's just
Potter?
dense too. Like if you
Yes.
think about, this would be good. This would be good. Yeah, I don't get that one at all. I do not get. I don't know if you can stealth attack him. If you hold down, there you go. Oh, if you press L2, you'll leap behind him immediately. I think, or maybe
Or
not.
in front of him. He somehow.
Or
hasn't
you can
noticed.
press, if you press in
Or I could just hit
L3
his
and
friend.
R3, you'll get it your Elven Rage mode.
Uh-oh, there's Borgu. I didn't even realize that was Borgu.
Yeah, he had the little
Yeah,
4
dude.
over him, like the level 4 thing. Yeah, I never got to choose to read Lord of the Rings in school.
Well, needless to say, I chose.
Yeah,
Fellowship of the Ring.
that feels more like an 11th grade reading assignment, whereas
As
like,
opposed to-
Harry Potter's like a 5th grade reading assignment. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love the Harry Potter books. I think they're terrific. But they're not like hard reads by any stretch of the imagination. They're quick, fast, fun reads. Whereas like Lord of the Rings is kind of dense. And,
Oh yeah, especially Fellowship of the Ring. It's a very long book.
yeah, there's a lot of songs, limericks. We get to go visit Tom Bombadil in the book.
Who was excluded from the movie?
Yeah.
Which you never saw, but it's okay. We
not.
forgive you.
Yeah, poor Joe. We're just like nerding out on Lord of the Rings shit, and he's like, I'm gonna go
It is
kill
all
some
good.
stuff.
I've got a buddy up in Washington that's a huge Lord of the Rings fan. He's probably cringing right now if he's watching this because I'm butchering a lot of it. Oh, you got him.
Did. Yeah, I remember Shadow of Mordor. I was just getting destroyed in the beginning of that game, and it feels like in this one, You're just picking on orcs.
Oh, so now you got a new
So
bow.
far.
If you hit up on the D-pad, you can equip. Probably you'll have a new bow to equip.
Set up.
Or is it down?
Oh, maybe it was only briefly. Like you have to actually open it now, like from the menu. It's like when you first pick something up, it like makes up context sensitive briefly.
Oh, so it's like a quick select, basically.
Yeah, basically like, oh, you just got something, so just tap up and you can quickly. So if you go to the bow, what do we got? An X on that, and then I bet. Oh,
There.
no.
It's about the same, right?
That just looks slightly different, doesn't it? Or no?
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah,
actually.
Same attack.
They're both.
It looks
level
like so,
ones.
but it looks like you can destroy it to get like 100 credits or something. So or Mirian.
All right.
So if you hold triangle or press triangle on that, then it'll give you the credits, which then like lets you unlock gem slots and stuff like that, which gives you more attack power.
Yeah, sure. So those are all just basically augments, right, from the first one?
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, I'm not the best person to ask about the first one these days because it's been so long.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
been 2 years since I played that game.
Are you gonna go for the harder guy now?
Yeah, why not, right?
All right,
I mean,
all
if
right,
we
let's see
die,
if we
what's he
turn
gonna
it-
do? Just come back and become stronger?
Although you may want to drain somebody first for some health. You can stealth drain too if you like are holding down R2. Oh, there you go. Oh, see, easy.
He didn't need his help.
No.
And so he fights for me now, right? 'Cause he's got the white eyes, or no? Oh wait, no, he's still angry. I'll just drain him again.
I'm not sure we've gotten that ability. Meatball and Fisher, thank you for the follow. Oh, well, hey.
look.
No worries.
Level 3, I got another captain. Jeez. Are these captains or
This
are
guy,
they?
he just saw me, I guess. Immune to attacks from beasts. Okay, well luckily I don't have any beasts.
New enemies. Hunters keep their distance and attack with thrown spears, but they're weak in close combat. Press X to dodge spears.
Oh, well that was an X, that was a triangle.
Oh, there you go. There.
Oh,
Whoa,
I got it.
whoa. All
Mash
right.
square to not die.
You can dodge that, huh?
So what is it? How do you use the glaive?
So
you
the glaive,
hold-
if you hold down square and charge it up, it's that's where it kicks in. So Joe, how did you get to be a associate project manager at Insomniac Games? What's your career been like?
Well, I started here in, 2007.
So like
So-
Quest for Booty, or no,
Tools
Tools
of
of Destruction. Yeah, Tools
Yeah.
of Destruction R2.
In QA,
Oh, I got a
and I've been in QA for about 10 years. Then the opportunity came up for APM, and I went for it and got it. I've been loving it ever since.
What took you into the QA career path? Like, what was it that brought you to Insomniac? And
Yeah, so before school, I've always been interested in the game industry. And before school, I went to THQ to work there, publishing QA. Checked it out, then I went to school, came back, and I always heard good things about Insomniac, even back then, THQ. And I applied here, and it's been my home ever since.
what do you think? I mean, like going from we have a lot of like project managers that started in QA at some
Yeah.
point. What do you think about working in QA helps you with that role in terms of being a project manager?
I think a few things can help out with that. One is that, so I was QA, and then I was a QA lead for about 5 years. So definitely leading a team helps with project management. And it's kind of different because you're on different sides of the fence. In QA, I feel like you see a lot of the negative aspects. All you're seeing are you're writing bugs. So these are problems that people need to fix. So you see a lot of problems, and you have to point out the problems to everyone. And in project management, hopefully you can get ahead of those problems and fix them before they come down to QA, before they find them. So,
Oh,
Did you Oh, nice. So now your counters are better.
Yeah, so it's well-timed counters, I think, stun them for longer, and then Predator is the aggressive stealth kill where everybody flees in terror.
Oh, that's good. So
I
it
love
scares
that
them all
one.
off.
Yeah.
like a brutal kill.
In terms of like when you're leading a QA team, like what does that kind of entail? In terms of, I know you guys are like playing the game a lot and looking for and like trying to validate things work right, and also trying to break things. But can you talk? What's that process like when you have a big you know, like an open world game like Sunset Overdrive or something, how do you even take apart, you know, like how do you manage to test something where there's just so many different aspects to it?
Yeah, well, I think you touched on it right there. Is you have to break it down into manageable pieces and parts. Even the biggest game, when you first get put onto it, you're like, this is never going to be tested. This game's gigantic. And then as you get 30 people and eventually 50 people testing it, you can break it down into systems and say, okay, you focus on the quests, you focus on the missions, you focus on all the side content, you focus on the environment. And so you just have to break it down into teams and manage it from there. And then you'll have people who will try to play through the whole game as a consumer would play and try to exploit things. So you just have to manage all that.
So did you set that guy off and he's now down there while you're like kind of...
What happened?
This guy right here, number 5 or level 5, whatever his name is. I don't really know. I think
He's looking for her. Is he lost?
He's down there. I think that's just where he's been hanging out.
Got it. Oh, they're looking for you.
Don't look just above your head.
Yeah, I like how you jumped up right above him and he just like walked right underneath you there.
It's
That
still
was
good.
awesome.
It's still good.
Radam Zero asked, Joe, what do you think makes a good PM? He's probably immune still.
Yeah, we've actually had a lot of discussions about that. What makes a good PM? It's someone who's proactive, who can go out and seek responsibilities.
Oh shit.
Oh, I got 2 of them.
Watch out.
2 captains at once, plus their crews.
And someone who gets along with the whole team is super important.
A lot of people management when you're managing a project because it's just, oh my gosh, you got 3 of them.
Oh, I think this is the same guy.
Oh,
I think
you
I
got
knocked
him
him into the fire, and he was just sort of unaware that I was there at the time, and then his buddy came up behind me.
Is to play the game. So let's play.
Well, now this should be interesting.
Yeah. Now, oh, so you do have the Elven Rage if you press down both sticks, which may help you get through this quickly. Press L3 and R3. There you go. Now you can just, now it's like, and if you hold it down, you do like a super attack that can hurt the captains.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you hold square down, try and hold it down too. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there-
Oh, look at all that. Look at that.
Sorry, why?
Oh, he's retreating. Oh no. No, you're not. You're not gonna run away. That was my favorite part when they tried to run away.
Wait, what is this?
What? They're running away. Oh, they're gonna go separate directions. You gotta chase one of them down. Go after the 8 guy.
Let's go for 8.
Yeah, go after the big guy.
Oh, he's faster. Why is he so fast?
Super fast.
Oh,
He seemed like he was a big guy.
oh man, maybe you should go after the other one.
Well,
Oh
it's too
no.
late now. I've committed.
Yeah.
I gotta stick to my guns
Can
here.
you shoot him?
Probably if I was
not.
better at this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, they escaped.
Oh wait, no, we got.
Oh
It's
no!
okay. We got.
Ah!
Here comes.
Oh,
He led you into that one.
Uh-oh. That's always the problem when you go running through orc camps. Like you end up with guys that are like way more powerful.
I've got a nice little trail of captains following me. All right, so
Okay.
what is this guy?
He's
a
advanced
tank.
class tank,
He's
wave
epic.
of might. He's an epic. Uh-oh.
You're in trouble.
This
Dark
could be trouble.
strikes, Frontline warrior. No, we got this. It's okay.
Skuldre says, I'm waiting to get hired by Insomniac. Well, you know, hey, we've always got openings on our website, and you should definitely check that out. We're definitely always hiring, too. We always have a lot of job positions open. Gravy Biscuit says, what's up, guys? Not much.
Hey, Gravy Biscuit.
We're playing...
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, happy Wednesday, happy Shadow of War. If you're a fan of Shadow of Mordor at all, this is a great week because
cursed.
avoid the enemy's attacks to recover. I don't know. I have no idea what being cursed does, though I know that it's something that weapons can cause. Oh, persix! Oh.
What was that? What just happened? That was not good.
Okay. Oh, but you need more.
I need more elf shot.
Although I feel like one-on-one, you should be able to take this guy.